Good morning, boys and girls. Today, Wednesday, we are going to be reading the weekly story. First, we're going to review fiction. Our weekly story is a fictional story. Fiction is a made-up story. Fiction has a setting. That's the where and when the story takes place. It has characters, which are the people, animals in the story, and a plot, which are the events of the story, which is usually a problem and then a solution. First, we're going to preview the vocabulary in this story. One of our vocabulary words is farm. Farm. A farm is a place where people grow crops or raise animals. Visit. You can see a family in a car driving somewhere. Visit. When you visit, you go to see someone or something. And pumpkin. A pumpkin is a round orange fruit that grows on a vine. And that's a very large pumpkin. So looking at these vocabulary words, where do you think the story takes place? What do you think the setting is? Maybe a farm? What do you think the plot is? Maybe it has to do with a visit. And then in these little pictures, we can see some of the characters. Okay, let's look at the next page. The story begins on page 107. The title of this story is Grandma's Phone. Written by Ken Mokazuki. Illustrated by Olga Skmorkova. And here in this picture, we get an idea of what the story is about, don't we? There's a family. So here are some of our characters. And they're driving somewhere. All right, let's turn the page. Page 108. Let's read. Grandma and Grandpa live on a farm. Jess went to visit. So who are some other characters? Right, Grandma, Grandpa, and that must be Jess. This must be their farm. But who's leaving? She's waving by. Maybe his family is leaving. Maybe they dropped Jess off to visit his grandma and grandpa by himself. Let's look at the next page. Jess found a huge pumpkin. I want to tell Mom, he said. Let's look up here at the activity. Where and when does the story happen? Underline the words that name the setting. Use the picture too. So where and when does the story happen? Well, I think we found that on this page. A farm. So let's underline farm. That's where it happened. Now, looking at all these pumpkins, when do you think it happens? When do we usually have pumpkins? in the season of fall or autumn, right? Around Halloween time. All right, let's turn the page and see what happens next. He wants to call his mom. Jess tried to call Mom. His phone didn't work. Oh no. Let's go to the next page. Jess tried to call Mom. His phone still didn't work. What do you think the problem in this story is? The plot. His phone not working, right? His phone doesn't work. Let's underline that. And then next to it, we'll write the word problem. P-R-O-B-L-E-M. That's the problem in this story. He can't call his mom. Let's look at this activity. Picture in your mind how Jess feels about his phone. Highlight the words that help you. Oh, let's see. How does he feel about his phone? Well, if we look at the picture, what does the expression on his face tell us? Is he happy? No. Is he angry? No. Is he worried? Probably. I think he's worried, upset, because he can't get a hold of his mom. We can underline the word tried. He tried to call Mom, but he wasn't successful. It didn't work. And on this page, he tried again, but it still didn't work. Let's turn the page. Let's see what happens. Here, said Grandma. What is that? Jess asked. Let's go to the next page and see. Oh, it is a phone, said Grandma. Will it work? Jess asked. Have you ever seen a phone like this? This is the kind of phone I grew up using. It has a cord right here, and this is the receiver. This is the part that you hold up to your ear and mouth. But it's hooked up to the phone, so you can't walk very far. And then it has a dial. You actually have to put your finger in the number that you want and turn it around, and then lift your finger up and it spins back around. And then you have to dial the next number. Put your finger in, turn it around, lift your finger, and it spins back. That seems kind of old-fashioned, doesn't it, compared to our cell phones now? All right, let's turn the page. Jess tried to call Mom. Grandma's phone worked. What do you know? He's happy, isn't he? All right, last page. Mom, said Jess. He forgot about the pumpkin. You should see Grandma's cool phone. Let's look at the activity. Picture in your mind how Jess feels about Grandma's phone. So let's think a minute about how Jess feels. How do you think he feels? Happy? Excited? Surprised? Highlight the words that help you. Well, I think on this page, Grandma's phone worked gives us a clue. The phone worked. So he's happy that he can call his mom now. And then on the last page, he totally forgot about the pumpkin, which is why he was going to call his mom in the first place. And then the last sentence. You should see Grandma's cool phone! With an exclamation point right there. He said it excitedly. That's how he feels, excited. So this was a good fiction story. We had the characters, Grandma, Grandpa, and Jess. And we had a setting, which is on the farm, probably in the fall. And then we have the plot. What was the plot? What was the problem? The phone not working, the cell phone not working. And what was the solution? How was his problem solved? Yes, he used Grandma's old-fashioned phone, which worked. This is a good fictional story. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, for our activity, we're going to turn the page to 116. And we're going to look at our vocabulary words. Farm, visit, pumpkin. Now remember, a farm is a place where people grow crops or raise animals. And that's where the story took place. Visit means that you go to see someone or something. In this story, Jess went to see who? Who did he go see? He went to see Grandma and Grandpa and the farm. And then our last word is pumpkin. A pumpkin is a round orange fruit that grows on a vine. I want you to choose one of these words and then draw a picture here of the word. And you can use the pages and pictures in the story to help you. Then I want you to label or write the word that describes your picture. And you can write that here on the line. And if you want to, you can write a sentence. Just remember to begin with an uppercase letter, use a finger space between words, and end your sentence with a period. Happy drawing!